Anything else is going, Lorraine? What you have been up to?
Listen, I just want to send prayers, love, and light to my people in Puerto Rico, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh God, what they're going through is unimaginable, unimaginable.
That's right.
That's it.
Yo, you know what? And I'm not an expert on Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
but I don't remember
Any
Puerto
major
Rico having a history of earthquakes.
Well,
And then you got two, like back to back.
No, it
like,
wasn't two. They've had over 500 since December. It hasn't stopped. The earth has not stopped shaking in Puerto Rico.
So minor
and a lot aftershock.
But there have been two big earthquakes back to back.
And we just got one yesterday, another 5.0.
Now,
that's what I'm saying. But I wanted you to speak to this.
Yeah.
You know, you hear California and you hear all of that on the West Coast. I don't remember in my 50. I'll be 54 in February 5th. In my 54 years, I don't remember hearing history of earthquakes in Puerto Rico.
I think the largest one prior to that, I believe, was in 1970.
Okay, so that's a long time. That proved my point. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we was growing up, you know, in single digits. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So
I mean, I thought earthquakes in Puerto Rico was as rare as earthquakes on the eastern seaboard, and we hardly ever hear.
Right. So I just, you know, there's a whole lot going on.
There's a lot of rattling, a lot of shaking, a lot of houses being destroyed.
There's all this climate situation, and there's some stuff going on that we don't understand what's going on, but we're messing this world up. Like it's. I think some of this has effects on the way we're, you know, what we're doing.
I mean, one question I had, I suspect that the answer is no, but there has been a link established between earthquakes in some regions of the United States and the increase in fracking. I know. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, they checked that out, but there's no fracking in Puerto Rico. No, somebody brought that up. Yeah.
So I just, you know, the show sends out. We all send out prayers, condolences.
Yes. Can I just say, our friend Ben Rue Ross from Yonkers Voice. Yes. He's going to be going to Puerto Rico on the 24th. I'm helping him collect some stuff. So if anybody has like solar-powered batteries, whistles, those bank chargers, that, and tents. Yeah.
Now, one last thing before we get off of this. I'm always leery of some of the bigger organizations that collect money for these.
Like the Red Cross.
Yeah, for these tragedies. And I know, like, hands-on, when I was in Atlanta, our church did a lot with the big storm they had in New Orleans. Because a lot of the people from New Orleans ended up coming to one of the places they ended up coming to was Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So one of the things we wanted to do, we didn't want to give money to the Red Cross, not against the Red Cross, where we couldn't see where it was at. What we did is, we had a lot of people in Atlanta who had relatives. They would like one person had like 30 relatives, like, you know, almost at their house, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, so we did this big food drive thing. We did this big cookout thing where they could all come get food and then take food with them and then give them some toiletries and stuff. And I knew I was giving it to people that were actually affected, and I knew our money was being used. I know people have concerns about that. Do you recommend any places that people, if they want to give money, that they could give money to or whatever for Puerto Rico? Or
I would say buy the supplies. Buy the supplies and don't even give the money. Buy the supplies and give it to somebody like Ben who's going to Puerto Rico. And there's a couple of organizations in the Bronx and Manhattan. But the thing about Puerto Rico and the people, they are so resilient. They are not waiting on the government this time. They learned from the hurricane that they're not going to get no help. So what's basically going on is the people from the north side of the island, the lines are phenomenal, miles long, bringing in supplies to help the people down in the south of the island.
Real quick, so Donna Nolan said, Lorraine, let's get together and get supplies together. And secondly, I just want to ask you on the air if you will continue to let the listeners know places that you know where they can buy stuff and drop stuff off at, so they know that their stuff is going to people that the actual can be helped, and not maybe because when with the New Orleans thing we saw, it didn't trickle down to the people that really needed it, especially in the
if anybody wants to donate anything or with collecting gift cards too. as opposed to money gift cards. Just hit me on Messenger. Hit me on Messenger. I'll give people all the details.
And if you don't have her, just hit me and I will connect you to Dr. Bob. Is probably going to say his parting words.
Well, I wanted to say that there's an interesting parallel between the controversial role that the Red Cross has in a lot of the disaster relief efforts and some of the research that I've been doing. I'm researching several figures, one of whom is Grace P. Campbell. She was a communist organizer, head of the Harlem Tenants League and the American Negro Labor Congress during the early part of the 20th century. And I was reviewing old articles, and one of them was a major spread in which she, from the 1920s, like about 27, where she took the Red Cross to task for tolerating like massive abuse in their relief effort for a flood that took place in Florida in the 1920s. I think it was 1927. And basically it was like, listen, we're sending money to the Red Cross, and they're essentially had people of color, because it might even been Puerto Rico too, that got hit by this disaster as sort of quasi-slaves. So this is a long pattern, unfortunately.
Yeah, they put everything in one big bowl. If for example, if people think they're doing something good by Puerto Rico by donating to the Red Cross, you have no idea that half that money, it's going to go somewhere else in the United States. They put it in a bowl and they split it up. It doesn't go specifically to what you think it's going to.
And that was the same issues that was raised in this article. Maybe when I get home, maybe I'll forward it to you and you flash it on screen or something, just so people can see the historical.
Yeah, when I worked for the city here, I got in trouble once because I told people don't get to the Red Cross, and the city was working with the Red Cross. Yeah.
Well, we're going to keep you up to date. Lorraine's going to keep you on places that you can give money to and things that you can do, and we're going to keep that. We're going to keep that conversation going throughout the weeks.
There's another organization out of Yonkers.
One last thing. Do I have time?
Yeah,
it's about Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Please, if you have a chance, donate to the people of Puerto Rico. I think Lorraine said something very important. Try to find a local group. I know that whatever you donate is probably going to get to the people there. There is a group called Puerto Rican Flags Up. They're at 1300 Southern Boulevard in the Bronx. I know that anything you donate, David Aviles makes sure, because I vet them, that anything that you send is going to go to the people that need it.
I've heard of him. Yeah,
so I just wanted to say there's another group called Pirate Surf Club. My very good friend who I know personally, Andres Rosa, he also is involved. And so please, if you can do anything for the people of Puerto Rico, they need it. Puerto Rico is hurting right now, and I just want you guys to, anybody that hears that, to get involved and donate something for them. Thank you.
And Sandy Barnaby said the spending is criminal. She also said,
yes, this is important. Please say with that.
You want to do something for Puerto Rico. Next Wednesday, January 15th, go to Philly and New York City HUD offices to demand release of billions in federal aid that impeached Trump is holding in New York City. Be at 26 Federal Plaza at 10 a.m. with your Puerto Rican flags or signs.
Se acabó el ay bendito.
Thank you for that part. And you can follow them. I guess this is at Twitter at PWR for Puerto Rico.
Thank you, Sandy, for letting us know that, because I got this information from Sandy the other day. It's very helpful.
Lorraine, last words on anything? Or Puerto Rico?
The same thing, pray for my people in Puerto Rico. And if anybody wants to donate, please just hit me on Messenger. If you're interested in some of the organizations that Sammy talked about, hit me up or hit him up. I can get you the information from him as well. Listen, a flashlight, anything will help.
Yeah, it's on my Facebook, so anything.
And like I said, Ben is going over there on the 24th, and he's going to bring a couple of things, flashlights, whistles.
Tents, nets.
No batteries.
Blankets.
No batteries, because that's why we're asking for solar-powered flashlights.
Okay.
Excellent.
Again, thank you for everybody for tuning in. You could have been doing anything else, but you decided to ride with us, and we greatly appreciate it. This is BlackWestchester.com presents the People Before Politics radio show every Sunday 6 to 8 on InTheMixRadio.com, giving you that real talk for the community since 2014. Thank you for tuning in. Until next week, peace.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. Any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. When we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it and are not afraid to say it. 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 And I'm not afraid to say.